She says that she was sick a long time. She
Yeah.
gives me the time frame between 13 and 14, which was a critical time of
She
making.
almost died.
She almost died. That was the time that they said, we don't know if she's going to survive this. And you said, oh, I'm going to keep fighting for her. And she was also a true fighter. She just kept coming in going, I'm not going to go. And that she was actually a teacher for other people.
You and me chasing down forever after.
Hello, and welcome to Grieving to Believing. I'm Deb Sheppard. There is no greater loss than that of a child, no matter the age or the circumstances. My mission is to give parents peace. My intention is to help them heal by hearing from their loved ones that they are on the other side and they are, in fact, giving messages. Besides knowing I'm going to be speaking to a mother or father who has had a most devastating experience of a loss of a child, I do not know who I'm going to be reading for today. So let's get started. Hi, I'm Deb Sheppard. What's your name?
I'm Claire Vlach.
Hi, Claire. Thank you for, participating in this. And again, my heart goes out to you. This is not an easy thing, but I really appreciate your bravery to be here today. Okay. So for me, when I make a connection, I use all my energy on my clairs. So I'll hear, see, taste, and smell. And I blend those messages together to give you a message from your loved ones. You may have other people come through, animals, people maybe you don't even care about, who knows, but they'll show up too. And it helps validate the session to give you that sense of, that child's not by themselves. Okay.
Okay.
Are you a healer? Because I see that you take care of everybody.
I am.
So I feel like you're the person that puts everybody before you. You're not always taking care of yourself, which probably through this journey that you've been on, you've had to have some self-care that hasn't probably been easy too. Is your dad also passed?
Yes.
Came through, and I have a notepad in front of me, so I'll take notes just so that I don't forget certain things, or that I have this written down. I can feel your heart being a little bit overwhelmed. So again, take a deep breath. It's okay if you get emotional. It's okay. I'll cry with you. Okay. So is mom passed too? Because
Yes.
I'm getting had a lot of people pass in the last few years, which just is overwhelming. So my sense to you is you're kind of holding up the fort by yourself as well. And have you lost a son?
Daughter.
Is there also a young male that your daughter would have known? Because I'm getting more than just your daughter. So what's your daughter's name?
Allie.
Allie.
Allison, but I called her Allie.
Allie's fine. I just don't want to call her your daughter. She's bringing through, there's another male with her. So there's another young male. So if you're a healer, I've been around friends that have lost a son, he's coming through really strong. He feels like his passing was unexpected as well. So there is that sense to let you know that Allie's with another male, with your parents as well. And I'm getting also a larger dog. Did you have the larger dog that passed? So, pardon me? Freckles. What a great name. So she says, oh yeah, mom, I've got them all here. Your daughter's a very talkative young woman. She feels very strong. So she is a strong individual in her own personal life too. Like you can't tell her what to do because she's got a mind of her own, but not in a pushback way, just a person that had her own mind as well. Yes. She feels pretty young in her passing.
Yes.
Okay. For some reason, she's sticking out her tongue.
That's her. That's her? No. That's how she used to say no. She didn't speak.
Oh, okay. So her communication was sticking out her tongue and letting
say yeah, and she could stick her tongue out for no.
Okay, so this cracks me up because my feeling around her is even if she wasn't verbal, you knew what she needed. Because she let you know. She's also telling me that she lived a lot longer than was expected. Because she says that your care for her, I feel like maybe the medical community felt that her life would be very different or very challenging, but you gave it all, she said. And she says that even the food she doesn't like, you made it taste better than she would have liked to. She's also shown me her feet get cold, or was there always something about wearing the socks or covering the feet or making sure that they were warm? Because
Yes.
that was a key factor. And did someone like to polish her nails or try to do things to make
Yeah.
it fancy? Okay, so even though there were some challenges, obviously physically, from what I'm getting from you, is she still felt like people adored her and loved her and gave her what she needed. True fighter. She's shown me having issues with breathing near the end of her life. And that was really, whether this is pneumonia or some kind of energy around this part of it. How old was Allie before she died?
She was 27.
Okay.
She had cerebral palsy.
She says that she was sick a long time. She gives me the time frame between 13 and 14, which was a critical time of making.
She almost died.
That was the time that they said, we don't know if she's going to survive this. And you said, oh, I'm going to keep fighting for her. And she was also a true fighter. She just kept coming in going, I'm not going to go. And that she was actually a teacher for other people.
Allison was born at 26 weeks. And they said, oh, well, she'll catch up when she's 2, physically, medically. And then at 8 months, she had infantile spasm seizures and should have died, and she didn't. And that's when they did the CAT scan and saw that she had brain damage and that she had cerebral palsy, which is a catch-all phrase for brain damage. They said she might live to see 5, and we were blessed to have her until she was 27. She was total care. She couldn't talk. She couldn't feed herself. She couldn't stand. She had 14 surgeries. Spinal fusion from hip to neck. It was truly a labor of love. Allison was 27 when she passed. She was declining the last 3 years. She had aspirated a couple of times and got aspiration pneumonia. And that's what eventually took her.
And she's talking about you putting the ponytail or fixing her hair, that this was also fun. And maybe someone did these things for her as fun, but definitely a sense of including her and making her have joy. And she's showing me this stuffed animal. And I think it might be a bunny, but it's long. What's the long stuffed animal? Do you know? Or the long stuffed thing? If it just makes sense, that's okay. She's just showing me something. It feels grayish color.
She had an elephant that clapped and laughed.
Okay, I'll go there because I'm getting this, and the long probably was the trunk of it. Yeah, because I'm getting this maybe her favorite or just something that gave her a lot of positive feeds. And she says that you fought for her. You were her voice, and not everyone was on board with you. That some people thought that you should let her go or not let her have this life. And you just said, I don't care. She's a soul. I'm going to fight my fight. I'm going to give her everything she needs, and I'm going to do it till the end.
Yeah.
And she says near the end of her time at 27, even though 13 to 14, it shows me that like there was some like 3 or 4 different times in her life, maybe 7 to 9, that just was like she has an infection. We don't know what's going on. She's not able to deal with some of this stuff. And you as the healer just kept saying, we got this. We got this. And you kept pursuing. Did you get a tattoo in honor of her?
I was thinking about it, but I haven't, no.
She just says, Mom, be brave.
I have a tattoo of all my children's initials on my ankle.
Okay.
It's weaved into flowers.
Okay. Are there 5 kids?
4.
Was there a loss of a pregnancy or loss of a child besides her?
No, no, just the 4.
I'm still getting 5. So this could be that she's talking about dad, or that you've taken someone else on as a child, or she's probably 2 children.
My niece lived with me the last 2 years of high school, and I got her through high school.
Okay, so that's where she's acknowledging the 5. She doesn't want you to not think. She doesn't want you to think that she doesn't include the niece. Okay. And that's what she says. You're just always this warrior, this person that just keeps doing what's right and justice and helping her. She's telling me that, okay, the way I'm saying this, let's say she's in a wheelchair, or she's in sort of, not able to move around and things. However, she said that you sort of invented things to make it easier.
I did.
And that she says you should patent it and sell it. Because she said that it could have helped other people, but you got really creative in how to help her to make things easier. And this could be she was getting rashes or bruises or something, or trying to get her more mobile and trying to move her, that whatever those things were that you just made, you invented stuff. And she was very creative. Also, she wants you to know that she was ready to go at that time. She says, I fought hard, you fought hard, and I had a great life, Mom. And that everything you did, I know and hold. And I'm not like that. I just want to cry. I'm not like that anymore, Mom. And she said, was your dad a challenge?
My stepdad, yeah, he was.
Is he passed too?
Yeah.
Because she says, when I got there, when I saw him, I definitely kicked him in the tush. This is a child that I think people probably didn't understand or get to know. And she had her own type of personality. And I feel like her communication, even though we may see it lacking, she was able to give you signs that you knew what she wanted. She was
always
clear, very intent. And she says it was almost like telepathic. You knew. And she says, now it's time for you to take a vacation because you were never willing to leave her because you didn't trust anybody that could be the person that she needed. And even though people promised you and she would show, they said, oh, we'll take care of her. We're going to be there. You go, no. And she says, she's talking about going by the water. Does that make sense?
My husband and I are in the process. He's looking for a job in Delaware by my sister. She's my half sister. And it's like 10 minutes from the water.
So she sees, I'm getting chills. She says she wants you to go and enjoy life and that she is with you. That without a doubt, you are a hero or a heroine. You should be wearing the cape with superpowers because people don't understand what you've been through. And I also sense that early on in her life, when this came about, I don't feel like there was a lot of information or data to go to have resources. And she says that now you have an opportunity to help other people if you want to. And it's almost like either a website or something to communicate with people to say, this is what you can do and how to be an advocate and how to be able to be that person for your child. Did she actually go to school too?
Yeah.
Because she said she's cracking up with a smile. Like she's also sharing with me that she enjoyed watching people try to figure out how to talk to her. Do you understand this?
She had a face that she used to do. We called it the weasel face. She would go,
okay.
And that was her FU face.
Okay, good. But she believes that whatever you believe in, and I'm not sure what that is, but she is just saying, I felt like I came here to teach people to have humility, to have passion, to have empathy, and to look beside themselves, to not just be self-centered.
Right.
And Allie just is this huge heart, this big heart. And because I'm seeing like her vocabulary, I'm not speaking, but she says, I had the biggest voice in the family.
Oh yeah, when she got irritable, we all knew. And it wasn't very often. She was always happy, always smiling.
But I don't think even in that sense, the typical sense, but she had the voice of she made her mark on this planet.
Definitely. Anyone that met her, it was like the room lit up.
Yeah.
Her smile, she was always smiling. I can only remember a handful of times when she was unhappy.
And she's mainly is because she didn't feel good.
Yeah.
that was only it, that she really had this great outlook on life considering her situation. She just feels, the first thing I think about when I feel her is a very strong warrior with a Tinkerbell body.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
She's itty bitty.
She
Yeah,
itty bitty. She goes, I could have weighed 80 pounds soaking wet.
exactly. 80
And
pounds.
80 pounds. And that she just had so much grace and
Mhm.
appreciation for her life forever. And even though I'm sure it was a lovely and a tough journey for you, she was ready to just say, Mom, I've had enough. But I still feel that she lived a lot longer than many other people with her diagnosis.
She did.
So, yeah.
They said 5 and she was 27.
Okay. Yeah. She really surpassed, and that's why she feels that you were her lifeline for sure. Allie's obviously a very strong soul, and there are a lot of other loved ones with her. So I'm just so grateful that you're willing to share your story and help other parents heal with this, because no matter what, Allie had a great life, but wouldn't have been great if she would have lived a lot longer. But she definitely had her mark here in this. And enjoy your new place to live in Delaware, okay? By the
Thank
ocean,
you
by the
so
water.
much.
All right.
I have chills. Thank you so much. I'm so honored that you chose me. Allie's personality was amazing. She loved body sounds and functions, would laugh if someone tripped, or, I mean, she had kind of her father's sarcastic sense of humor. She's very smart. She would get adult jokes before my adult boys would get them. She lit up every room she went into. She was always smiling, always happy. I'd come back from the grocery store and she'd be like, yay, and the arms and the legs would be kicking. And she, wasn't verbal. She could say, I love you, and yeah, and stick her tongue out for no, which was amazing that Deb got that. She was just a joy. Deb was right on with her spirit, and that Allie had this, she was a warrior soul. She never complained, rarely threw tantrums. I mean, she just gritted her teeth and pushed through everything that we had to. The fact that she came through with the things that I created to make her life easier, the adaptations and switches and things like that for special needs. I was an advocate for over 20 years. Families that had special kids would call me. And so Deb brought that up, and I was like, well, she couldn't have known that I was doing that. So that was really cool. I did feel like I was connecting and talking with Allison. I did feel like she was there. I can feel her with me now. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, Deb has really touched my heart. I didn't have any guilt or question about my daughter's passing. I knew it was coming all her life. It was still difficult, and it's still difficult to this day, but I think it would be very helpful for parents to be able to connect with their child on the other side and know that they're well, and that I feel like when I picture her now, that she's dancing and walking and singing, and she loved music, and I can picture all those things, and that's what I felt through the reading, was the freedom that she has now, and that she didn't have in life. But I do feel more peace in my heart for her than I have, and that's huge.
Thank you for watching Grieving to Believing. I'm in great gratitude that I can be that bridge between both realms, to be a messenger for parents and families to find peace. We hope that you enjoyed the show and that you will subscribe, and of course share it with others that are looking to heal from the loss of a child. Remember that even though our loved ones are on the other side, they are still by our side. I'm Deb Sheppard, and we'll see you next time.